Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the episode 2 of the Oh Come My Way podcast. My name is Robbie from Merry TCG, and here I have with me
Will from Noro TCG, and of course our highly topped player, G,
our wonderful guest.
our wonderful guest.
Hi everyone, my name is JiaHao.
And what is your achievements in One Piece?
No achievement.
Ah, I see.
Only expenses.
Only expenses.
So he's a Eastern player that's here to play in the West.
Yeah.
For
To get
for,
easy
for a
tops.
year. Yeah, for easy tops, right?
Yeah, for easy tops, right? Right. That's the only reason you come here. Back home they're too good.
You mean the local stock only?
Yes, yes. You gotta get those weekly local stops.
Locals? Oh no.
Think of all the world's
I
points
can-
that you don't get.
So I can only talk in locals
Yeah, for now.
for now.
So back to the topic. Well, what's the biggest difference, do you think, between here and the East?
You mean the meta?
No, I mean like in terms of the players.
Some of the players.
Yeah.
So the players in the West, yeah, is usually more friendly.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, and the Western players will like talk more about what they think about the decks and what their favorite decks.
Yeah, from what I hear, like the East is very much meta-driven. If you turn up to locals playing something like BY Ace, they'll just laugh at you.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's not the sort of vibe that I've got. I feel like it's maybe not so that like they're less competitive, but I feel like they share their knowledge more so because they're like they live in such like a tighter community. Whereas like in NA, obviously, there's players all over the country, so like they're very very disconnected and far
in
apart.
the East is like, because there's flagships every week, so they take locals kind of seriously.
Oh yeah.
And they do the thing where they have locals points as well.
Oh okay.
Yeah, so like you're encouraged to do very well at locals.
Mhm.
So if they see like any non-meta, they just laugh at you.
I see.
Local points in China or what?
Yeah.
I think only in China.
They do it in Hong Kong and Japan as well, I'm pretty sure.
Because Southeast Asia, I think they don't have the local points.
Not anymore.
Not
No?
even once.
Oh wow. I feel like that would be something that would be interesting to have, but I don't think I'd want it. I don't know. Locals is like such a nice place to have fun and test your jank.
Yeah, for me is like if someone's tryharding at locals, it's like, what are we doing here? It's not
Yeah, come
regional.
on. You know, like sure you can bring shanks every week, but I don't care. But
There's local warriors, you know,
yeah.
because they can't top anything else.
Shanks is a fun day.
Fun deck. Mm.
We usually start with the One Piece origin stories.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. So
how did you get into One Piece?
how did you get into One Piece?
How do I get in One Piece? First, I didn't play any card game at all.
Nothing.
Yeah, because I met one friend in my uni back in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing a lot of card game, especially Vanguard, Battle Spirit,
Mm.
and Yu-Gi-Oh, and maybe some Pokemon.
Okay.
At the time, One Piece is still new. I think it's still in OP1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then he have a group of friends that likes One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, they're all in the same school with me. And then they start like putting me into this hobby.
I see.
And then I'm going to their accommodation like every Friday.
Uh-huh.
And then we play, I think there's a group of 4 of
Mhm.
us. And then we just play One Piece every Friday
Oh, okay.
at their accommodation like until the weekends.
Mm.
Or maybe Monday and then we go to school together. Yeah, that's the starting point
Okay.
of me joining the One Piece.
Yeah.
What would you say? What did you start off by playing?
The first deck I play for locals is the Green Kid, because that time we don't have like all the stuff we have, and the only stuff I have that time is Green Kid.
Okay.
And then we go to the locals, but it's not a big local.
Yeah.
It's only like 6 to 7.
Oh, okay.
But every week the locals is the same person.
I see.
Yeah, and the players there are very competitive, but
Yeah.
they're really willing to teach us everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's I think that's the most fun time when I play in One Piece.
Yeah, you think?
The most fun, not with us.
No.
No.
We're not fun. We're not fun. We're way too competitive. We're way too competitive.
No.
We never talked about having fun.
Yeah, we're too good for him.
No, he's too good for us.
Oh yeah, that.
Don't forget, he's your coach.
And then my first deck is, what is my first deck? Let me think. I think it used to be Blue Luffy,
Blue Luffy? Okay.
Back in OP1.
OP2. And then I changed back to black. I play Black Smoker.
Mm.
And I play the Black Luigi in OP03
Yeah.
because I think the leader effect is really interesting.
Mm.
Like when your opponent's characters is being KO, you can trash to and activate your leader.
Mm.
I think
So-
that leader effect's kind of broken right now. Like, and I'm invincible for no dawn is kind of nice.
Mm.
I don't think it's now because
No, I
if
see.
your opponent can guard your attack, you just can't activate your leader skill.
Not necessarily, right? If you have like a brook on field, swing brook, restand
Swing brook.
leader. Yeah.
But the Luigi I played back then is OP03.
Yeah, no brook.
Ah yes, OP03, 3-cost Brook. Let's go.
Oh.
That's my favorite card.
Or Garp. OP2 Garp. The 2K. When attacking KO something.
No, the card is
I didn't play an OP3. I don't
know.
Or OP3.
Yeah.
It's surprising even I know those cards.
Yeah.
And then I start playing Red Green Law in OP04.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't win any flagship back in Malaysia. I only can just top 8 or number 2, number 3.
Yeah,
Not even once champion
yeah. Oh.
because I'm suck.
Oh no. It's okay. I've never topped a flagship.
And then
Yeah, me neither. I've also never played a flagship.
it's basically like a 32-person treasure cup.
Yeah.
It's not a really big tournament, but honestly, I think it's slightly a little bit more competitive
I see.
than the treasure cup
Yeah, the treasure cup's here.
because
Like the 1,000 player treasure cups? Or are we talking like the shitty
The
store
store,
treasure?
the store treasure cup.
I think
Who
the-
cares about store treasure?
I think the smaller treasure cup
Yeah. Okay.
because like back then normally players who go to the flagship are those like the most competitive players because they want to win the prize card, especially the number 1 back then is the solo flagship.
Oh, okay.
Like it's worth money now.
Yeah.
Do you know how has tournaments here been treating you
Yeah.
over in the West?
I think it's quite fun because like you can communicate with your opponent, but not that much in Asia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to each other?
Normally they just play seriously like in locals.
Oh.
Yeah. When you're in game, for me, it's like I'm kind of the same. When you're playing, all focused. None of this chatty cappy kind of thing, you know.
I don't know. Sometimes, yeah. When I played in Glasgow in the regional, I was like much more focused, and like all of my opponents, well, a lot of my opponents generally were, unless they were playing yellow. But for some reason, well, not BY. When they were playing BY, they were very serious.
Gia, as the second best BY player sitting on this couch, what are your thoughts on that?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, he beat you in the regional. He topped.
Oh,
Yeah. This man tried to tell me playing Thunderbolt
Thunderbolt's
at
great.
Ice Age in BY. Back it was OP9. OP9.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't change my deck list on that thing.
Nah, I just break. I just can't draw 2Ks.
Nah.
Yeah, you draw for turn. Thunderbolt.
Ooh.
You take a life. Oh no, it's an Ice Age. You draw for turn again. Oh no, it's a Thunderbolt. What do I do?
You cry.
And I have 2 life or 1 life. Oh, I can't take my life.
You can double Thunderbolt.
I can't use my leader effect.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the sort of main topic for today, which is I want to talk about the EB02 format. More importantly, about is this new green purple Luffy deck tier 0? Because personally, I don't think so.
Tier 0, I don't think we've had a tier 0 format.
Since
in
Saka.
I don't even think Saka was tier 0, to be honest.
What?
Tier 0 means like a deck has no weaknesses, right?
No, tier 0
And
means
it's
it's
like-
significantly overplayed.
But
Compared to
back
the
when
rest of the
Saka,
meta.
sure, Saka was good, but I think Saka had like its major weaknesses as well.
Really? Like what?
Katakuri.
I say.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it's Zoro.
So back in like OP5, Saka was losing to Zoro. But when it comes to OP6, it was losing quite consistently to Katakuri. Right? It was like in the meta, it was one of your biggest weaknesses.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes like Katakuri can struggle finishing off games against you if you play like if you clear their first 10 bomb and they play their second one, you're at 0.
Yeah.
They play like each and you can't remove it. You just play Rebecca Sabo and they have no way to clear the Sabo, right? The thing is, like, you have to remember, they had reject back in the day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Stupid reject.
I see.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone play Katakuri in Asia.
Yeah,
So that's why like that's a different meta
Yeah.
of the Sakas.
it was quite interesting because in Asia when Saga first came out, they were playing things like 6-cost Sakazuki and like 9-cost Mihawks in that deck before the Rebecca Hina Lucci combos
Oh, I
got
see.
popular. Not sure how much. Well, you would have played through it, right?
No, because that time I just come Belfast and study, so I didn't play much of the OP05
Oh.
in Asia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like at the start, like everyone thought that deck was terrible until like someone topped this one thing. I think it was flagship or championship. With
think it's championship.
with that like with the current Saka list.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yo, what are we looking at? This guy must have been cheating. Like this
Yeah.
looks so bad. And then people tried it. I was like, wait, it's kind of nuts.
yeah.
The player is from Japan.
Yeah.
I think he won the champion at the Singapore regionals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when Saka got popular.
I
Right.
see.
Yeah.
And
But
then-
before that, I saw someone like the theory of playing Hina and Rebecca in Sakazuki. So you can play Rebecca and then grab Hina and then play Hina and then pop their units with Lucci or anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people first discovered that deck was. It felt like it had no counterplay, right?
Yeah.
At the start, but now it's kind of like
Looking back, we notice. Yeah.
looking back as it's obvious. It's
Yeah.
black. Rebecca Hina Lucci.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we've been doing for years. Yeah. But no, I think like that's the closest we got to tier 0.
Yeah,
in
I don't
movies.
think like maybe UP. I don't think GP is like that good. I think like the deck does have its like flaws, you know,
Yeah.
like losing to red decks
Mhm.
with if Shanks really wanted to beat GP, right? You
Yeah.
max out Mogon, max out Divine Departure. What is GP gonna do?
Yeah, they're just kind of gonna lose. Yeah.
And then what against Lucci? Obviously, with no ice, it's a bit easier.
Yeah.
But like Lucci's still really hard.
Mhm.
8-cost kid.
Yeah,
like,
it's just a problem unless you go Gamma Knife, and it's just kind of, yeah. Like I think the deck has like some very clear weaknesses, like the likes of like the sort of 3 buckets you put it in is like the removal side of like Lucci and Shanks, like or you've got the Ecos Kid decks, Bonnie, Smoker, Rosinante. Oh, you don't believe in Fishman Rosinante?
no,
That deck's great.
the deck is ass.
And then obviously like the fast decks like Bella Betty and Zoro. But I think that like depending on the event you go to, GP has a lot of like opportunity to pick the right tech cards to like play against what you expect, right?
I think the best part about GP is its consistency.
Yeah.
I've not seen a very consistent deck like GP in a very long time. Probably since Sakazuki, where you had 8 searchers and a draw 1 trash one every turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
This deck has 12 searchers and then
searchers. And a 4 draws.
4 upstarts.
Yeah.
But
Also just
Yeah.
yeah,
Thr-
when you're at seeing Nami 0-0.
yeah.
oh
But sometimes the deck does brick.
Yeah.
You open a hand, 3 ships.
Ah.
every day will break.
Yeah, you play your first stage, draw for turn,
Mm-hmm.
ship.
Ooh,
Your
let's
fourth
go.
ship.
At least you can draw with the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Play,
you
you,
just
play,
have to
you play all your stages. You look at your hand.
The other deck can't do this.
Yeah.
Three
2Ks.
no. 3 electric lunas and a gamma knife.
But for me, I think GP will be tier 0 when they always get to play second.
When they always get
Yeah.
to play second. The deck doesn't
The-
always want to go second.
The deck
If-
mostly wants to go second though.
If they get to
Into
play-
matchups like, I would say Teach. You want to go first?
No.
Yes.
No.
Luffy, you want to go first?
Yeah, that one I could get.
Green Yellow Law. That deck is scary, you know.
I see.
That deck is very scary. You want to go first.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know though. It feels like so strong to go second because you get to go like Zarajo, Sanji Pudding, like.
I think
none
the
of
deck
those.
is a lot more consistent going second
Yeah.
than it is going first. Sometimes, like against decks that you need to play your Luffy Taro, you want to go second 100%.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
into some of the more aggressive kind of things, you do just want to take first.
That's fair. That's fair.
You're a very flexible deck. Usually, when I play, I like to take away whatever my opponent likes to go.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah.
deck.
But what do you think about the mirror though? What like in the mirror would you rather go
Second.
for second?
Second.
Yeah, it's definitely second, right?
Second, for the extra card, you get to be more Dawn,
Yeah.
and you get to play out that Luffy Taro.
Yeah.
Going first is kind of like a race to the bottom, and but going second is a race to the top,
Yeah.
which is like,
Just inherently better
yeah,
than
because
racing your opponent down to load on.
going first, the biggest advantage is that if you're racing to the bottom, that Luffy doesn't have rush.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing you need to be aware of is that if they have, like, let's say 6 Dawn, and
Yeah.
you swing that rush Luffy and restand it, and they giant,
Yeah.
that Luffy can no longer swing again.
Yeah, it does not have rush anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's like a static condition rather than being like an on-play or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that actually, I saw that come up in one of the Japanese 3v3s where he was playing against the purple Katakuri leader from OP11 and they have the 10 cost mom that Dawn minus is 5.
Yeah.
So like,
I saw that video. Who was it that covered it? I actually
that
can't-
Kai covered it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that
The goat.
the goat, the goat. Shout out to Kai. Yeah, but like it's like a really interesting interaction that like I think is going to be really important for like GP mirrors, which you probably if you're going to play in any big events
Yeah.
this season, you're definitely going to see if you're bringing GP.
Yeah, I saw that video. It was quite informative.
Yeah.
Uh,
What?
From -5, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Dawn
Dawn
minus
minus 5, gain 2k for the turn.
Yeah.
But actually brings me, there's some like people that make videos and I don't know. Can we cut this out if I say the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember to cut this out actually.
Okay.
Do you know
Yes, I know.
he just talks so much shit. Like he's bleep it again.
Who is he?
He's like and only plays it bleep. And he's just so bad, man. He's so bad.
Yeah.
I see his videos that keep getting recommended. I was like, I don't know, this guy does not know what he's talking about at all.
Oh, he's commentating that video or what?
No, we just like on his videos they're just like
He commentates as well.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I can't agree with you. I can't agree with you.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know
what I'm
exactly
talking
what
about.
you're talking about. I know what
Why
you're talking
cut it out? You need views.
about. We're not going to make controversy. This is episode 2. Calm down.
Controversy equals to views, you know?
Oh God. Okay.
But if I'm playing mirror, I don't swing with the rush Luffy. I just put it out.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I don't have stage, because I always don't have stage when I'm playing GP.
I see.
I mean, the best thing to play if you don't have Sanji Pudding is the Luffy, right? Usually, like when I play the mirror, I like to make them go for game. If I
Yeah.
can make them go for game, and if they don't find game, they usually die on the clapback.
Yeah, they've very much done it that way because like you kind of force them into a position where they have to go for game aggressively,
Yeah.
where they have to like really attach all their dawn to the Luffy and swing, so they can't leave anything up for Giant. It just kind of
Like the idea is you play out the Luffy, and then like next turn you go for game with your second Luffy, right?
yeah,
Which is why a lot of lists are playing 4 of them.
which is expensive and why I probably want when I built the deck.
I still need my 4th.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Well,
fine.
Come like in 3 weeks when OP11 comes out, you only play 3.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the point?
yeah, what's the point in getting a 4?
9 cost Zoro will do.
9 cost Zoro.
And also,
9 cost
Yeah,
Zoro
yeah,
will
get
be the
everybody
first.
pilled on 9 cost Zoro. 9 cost Zoro. Exactly. But like, talking about like GP and like obviously like I think like the big tech cards at the minute are Gamma Knife and Luna, because like those cards are really good. But I think there's like I mean I want to know, what do you think about the 4 cost Zoro with the pseudo rush that rests the guy?
I
Because
think that's great, you know.
I think it's a good card, but I it's the thing that I think I need the least if I want to include other stuff.
I'm currently.
I'm not playing. I don't even have space for Luffy Taro as well. I'm like,
What are you playing?
I don't know.
What are you playing that thing?
that Zoro is good into Betty or Zoro.
Yeah, I think like, I think I'm on 2. I want to play 3.
Yeah,
Like that Zoro is really good. It's like one of your only ways to remove like problematic bodies, right? Like
Yeah.
you can remove 2 cost Uta.
That's true.
It can be rested, but you just don't have way to swing into it.
Yeah.
And not with your leader, right?
Yeah, obviously. Please don't swing into 2 cost Ludo with your leader.
And like again, it removes Karasu off the board.
Yeah.
Removes things like
Yeah.
just Rebecca, you know,
Yeah.
small blockers that are annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like a 4/5 rush with counter that rests something. That's
Pretty
a
good.
damn good card.
That's a pretty good card. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't like settled on a list yet for it, but I think there's a lot of room.
Well,
to
by the
play.
time you get all of the deck, OP11 will be out.
Exactly. So I don't need to worry about it. Oh, I'll just play your build. It's fine.
Yeah, you just play my deck.
Yeah, exactly. But like, what about the debate between like the 3-drop Robin and the 2 cost Chopper? Because I know we all sort of think very similar on this. I like both of them, and I think the people that write off Chopper because they think it's bad is like completely wrong. Like, because they think, oh, my opponent just won't attack. But that's good for you, and like we all have this sort of same opinion. But
I think like if you're on Luffy Taro, that Chopper gets significantly better
You
because
think?
you can play over it. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Also, you kind of need the ramp if you want to play Luffy Taro, right?
yeah,
The other thing is that I actually wasn't a big fan of the Robin, because I played like 2 Robin, 2 Frankie, and it was just kind of playing 1 Chopper is the same thing as Robin plus Frankie, right?
yeah,
The Dom -1 search doesn't really help that much,
yeah.
to be honest.
Fair.
But it's like Frankie is good against decks like Shanks and Lucci where you need to go higher. I find that Chopper wasn't really good against like some of the rogue decks.
Yeah.
You know, against decks like Bonnie, they
Mhm.
can rest it. Against decks like Carrot,
They
they can rest it.
And freeze it.
Yeah, against Lucci, they just don't have to swing at you and just pop everything else.
Yeah.
You know, they swing 5 lead to your 6.
You
Minus 1 this on, are you gonna block?
You gonna block?
I
Yeah.
don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Just block it.
Just block it. It did its job. It ramped. Block
Yeah.
it.
Also against like, you know, those decks, you can't play over it because they're removing your board.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I do think there are like pros and cons to it. Like, I think it could go either way.
I would currently, I'd probably play the Chopper
Yeah.
over Robin.
Okay.
Because I just don't think that Robin is very good
Yeah.
in this meta.
Yeah.
You know, I think like 3 costs is very expensive. Sometimes you just need an extra Donna for Giant.
Yeah. That's true.
But
That's true.
Again, the plus is draws you a card, right?
Yeah. The place itself is very good, and like it's never gonna whiff.
Well,
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 until you make it whiff, it's
yeah, I
never
don't
gonna
know.
whiff.
That one I don't know about that.
But I used to play Chopper, but now I changed to Robin.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just don't have any such card in your hand.
Mm.
And the Robin helps you in Blackbeard match if you don't have the Secret Luffy
Yeah.
or the Sanji Pudding, and you can just block and then search for your pieces.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That's a matchup. I think. Yeah. Definitely having an extra searcher that doesn't have an on play
Yeah,
to
but-
find Secret Luffy.
For me, it's like I'm already winning that matchup anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know,
You
don't
can lose.
don't tag for your like good matchups.
Robin is good into everything
Yeah. Robin
because
is very
it's
good.
searchable. You
It's
can't
so
search Chopper.
You can't
So
search.
expensive.
You can't
What?
search Chopper.
3 instead of 2 is.
That's the difference between a giant and not a giant.
It's true. You're not wrong, and I do get that. Like I think both sides have some worth, but it's one of those things. I don't feel like you should ever play like 2 and 2. Like it's
You
just
you could play 2 and 2.
you could, but like it sort of seems like why?
4 blockers is a lot.
Yeah,
Like 2 and 1.
fair. All right, and then we're talking about the other secret sauce. Yeah, the 4-cost Odyssey Robin. That says on play, it's
If
probably
you
up
have
on the
2 or
screen.
more rested
characters.
your character cannot be KO'd.
Yeah, your
It's
Straw Hats or Odysseys.
Odysseys.
Yes, it's
He's trying to think what that card is.
yeah,
I know what the card is.
yeah,
but
yeah. Card is
I think I said this to you last week.
yeah.
But I saw this on Twitter too. But if you don't have the Nami Searcher to rest, I think it's quite hard to use the ability
Yeah.
against Lucci.
Yeah, against Lucia, if you don't get to see like, if you don't get to go second and see like double Searcher or like Searcher to Zorro, and then swing with
Nah,
them.
you always see it.
That's just your answer to everything. Just always gonna say it. It's fine.
2 down, Nami.
It's true.
4 down, Zoro.
Yeah, because like I sort of feel like in the Lucci match they can't afford to remove your Zorger on 4 most of the time.
Depend on the hand, right?
Yeah.
Because that Zoro is always going to be a 4 cost. Also, like being on 5 down to remove 4 is low key kind of hard nowadays.
Yeah.
No.
Because you don't play Kaku anymore, right?
No.
It's easy.
Is it?
It's really easy.
You need to have a brick on field and you need to play Laboon, right?
They always have bro.
I always have Laboon.
Yes.
And then you swing into Laboon next turn, they look at it, it's like, ah, damn.
I'm dead.
I lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next turn you play
Yeah,
like
like-
Sanji Pudding, and then leader effect into the 4 cost Zoro.
Yeah.
Swing into Brook, swing into Laboon. Ah, no.
So GP can win Lucci when they go in second, but not first.
You can win going first.
It's really hard.
It is really hard. I think you have to almost like wait on Sanchi Pudding on 5 and go like Luffy
Luffy
Taro.
Taro.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a winning matchup first or second.
No, it's
I
not.
played it once at locals. Actually, I played GP twice at locals. I'm 8-0 with GP. Like that deck, but that was release week, right?
Yeah,
People
that's,
but-
people don't know what they're
Yeah,
doing.
but
against
like
that
my,
deck.
my Glasgow locals is low key kind of competitive.
Yeah.
Compared to here, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like damn.
Yeah, that deck is good.
Like I went to locals. That was like play against Lucci round 1,
Mm.
Doppy round 2, GP round 3, round 4, XO, Kara. It's like huh?
Huh?
Did I get
Rose
paired
cooking?
out? No. This guy almost won locals with Carrot.
Rose cooking. That should have been you.
That's my deck.
That's my deck. Exactly.
Your carrot.
Yeah, exactly. Probably stole it. One of those alt carrots right out of your binder.
Playing
I won away.
carrot with 10 SP carrot as a don.
Is there a carrot XP?
There is the,
The
SP
leader.
leader from EB02.
Oh, okay. I see. Gosh. You got one of those yet, Robbie?
No, I need to.
Don't worry. If my like 5-pack luck for pulling 2 secrets is any good, I'll pull you one in like the next 3 packs.
Yeah, I need one to play and one to put in a jar.
Nice. Put in a jar.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
That's staying in. That's staying in. Put in a jar. Oh. What, do you think Carrot's the deck to beat GP?
Carrot does beat GP.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking that, but it does feel like it. I mean, they say stage, you don't get to immediately rest the Sanji Pudding on 5,
But that doesn't matter, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
yeah. Even just like being able to like,
If I go first, right?
yeah,
You have to go first against Carrot. If I go first, or I get to rest your Zoro,
Yeah.
freeze it with Carrot. Next turn you play Sanji Pudding, whatever. Hoodie
Yeah.
Jones, tap it down.
I see.
Yeah, tap it down, and then Hoodie into Zoro, Carrot into leader, freeze the Sanji Pudding, and then the game's over from there,
Yeah,
right?
So you play Pedro in carrot. The
I think I'm on 2.
yeah.
I
If I remember,
I don't
seeing
think
your
that,
list,
I don't
you're
think
on
that
2.
card's very good.
No, I don't
The only
think so.
reason is you play it to pop Sanji Pudding. It has no other like
Yeah.
visibility. Also, it's good against bad players.
It's good against black, right?
No,
Why no?
it rests it on.
Yeah.
If they're like good players, they just attach it.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I think when like OP first release, I can't remember who it was at locals I played against. He was playing Katakuri.
Yeah.
He like 10 on me, 10
Yeah.
on up, right?
Oh
And
no.
then he swings it with his existing 10 on lead. Okay, Pedro block, rested on. He looks. Attaches 9 ton to leader, 15 lead.
That's a good one. That's
Yeah.
good.
And then next turn, Bonnie frees it on. It's like,
Oh, bro, you cooking? Cooking? That's rough. That's really rough.
But yeah, like so things like that happens to some people, and it's like, what are we doing?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
But yeah, like it pops Sanji pinning when there's no siege, right?
Yeah.
Usually, like unless they Giga Hyro, you can only make one of them 7 cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that Pedro's a lot better in Bonnie than it is in Carrot,
Yeah, that's fair.
because you can rest a character and then block and pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you get some
Then
like,
it becomes like a bigger Lucky Roo almost.
yeah, you get some like crazy 13 Dawn turns. You just play out the Milky on 2.
Yeah.
And then you have like stage, right? And then you
Yeah.
can Milky rest, and the stage can reset it. And then if you have Smoker, that's a 13 Dawn turn.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
In Carrot?
In
Or-
Carrot.
Carrot.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the fact that like Carrot is like built around like the Minx type, but you don't need to play exclusively Minx. You know, it like lets you play lots of the really great green cards like Hody.
Yeah, I did so much testing with that deck
Yeah.
at the start of OE. I hit top 100 with that deck. Somehow.
100?
Top 100.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
With
Carrot
Carrot.
was on the leaderboard.
Carrot was on the leaderboard. Yeah. Gotta get your name at the top of the list as the greatest Carrot player on the sim.
Yeah, and then I'll be on a list.
Yes. That's a good one. That's great. Okay, I feel like as well we've got to talk about some of the other decks that like exist post EB02, which is obviously your favorite NL. Like this, I think you said before that this format isn't really for NL.
No,
Do you
no,
think?
like you have so many bad matchups, right?
Yeah.
Like GP's Loki kind of bad with no
Yeah.
Raigo. Shanks is kind of bad with no Raigo. Blackbeard is crippling with no Raigo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's rough.
Lucci's pretty bad with no Raigo. Like
Yeah. Just they took away your Raigo. Now you're.
So
you
there's-
can hard build for one deck
Yeah.
as long as it's not like Teach, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you can win that one matchup pretty hard. Like I could play 4 Russian Elves, 4 I Am Kamis, and
Yeah.
then like 4 Hawkins against Lucci, and I win that matchup no problem.
Yeah.
Or I could play like Burn Blades for GP, and I
For
can win
GP.
that matchup.
Yeah.
Or like for Shanks, I can start playing like max out my 8 cost kids, 8 cost categories, just
Yeah.
everything. But like you lose to everything else.
Yeah.
Rush NL is the way.
Russian Elf.
Yes.
Yeah, like that's the way you're playing the deck, right?
Yeah. You
You,
no
have,
longer
you can't
starve.
starve.
You
No
can
longer-
you can play your you can win your bad matchup with Rush NL
7 costs?
and for the banish.
Yeah, the problem with like that 7 cost NL was that it was only good against Lucci and Teach.
Mm.
And it was like when I drew it against Shanks or when I drew it against GP, I just wanted to kill myself. The problem is it's a brick.
Yeah. Yeah. If it had a counter, like it would.
Imagine.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. If you want to play Storm now, you play Queen.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Check out episode 1
Yeah.
for Queen analysis.
For Queen analysis,
Just don't play Queen.
our best deck. You're just still traumatized. I beat him with. He was playing BY and I was playing Queen, and it was not a fun matchup for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough.
Especially BY with no Moria, right?
Yeah,
Because my hand is full of babies.
yeah. Nothing but babies the whole game as well.
Yeah, you like because it's blue, you have access to cards like Pudding and Grab Blade.
Yeah,
And you just keep healing, which BY just doesn't want to drag the game out that long anymore.
yeah,
Yeah, I can blade twice.
yeah, yeah. It's true. It's true. BY though, you know, maybe OP13 or whatever it is. Maybe you'll get some support. You can play it again.
Maybe another Moria.
I don't know. Baby only Moria. That would be busted.
It's still playable if Teach is not relevant.
Yeah,
not,
that's
not
fair.
that relevant. But after the SD, I think Teach will be very strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
I disagree.
I don't know though, because Teach has a good matchup into UP. You know, into the Blue.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's great, right?
It's like not bad though.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It's like sort of the thing.
If UP plays Snake Man,
Oh
there's
yeah,
no
if
way-
UP plays Snake Man, it's over.
Yeah.
8 cost Snake Man destroys that deck.
I think you should play. You know.
Yeah, 'cause
Also,
Sigma-
like if you're not playing that rush build, you're kind of playing like the Grab Blades and Red Rocks,
Yeah.
which Teach also doesn't like very
Yeah,
much.
Teach is also kind of this too. It's true.
I'd rather you play Red Rock or the Blade.
Yeah, you think?
I don't want you to play the
No,
Rush.
the way UP is playing against Teach now is that you're starving Teach,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, that does feel kind of mad.
But they are starving Teach for some reason.
Yes, but
I guess because like eventually they have to choose between like keeping some counter in hand and like leader affecting you. So
Because
like,
you're
then you just resolve the Sanji in a big mom, and the game's kind of over.
Yeah, because you're playing what, drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah.
And teaches discarding 2 cards a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
It's kind of
teach next one, you plus one every.
Yeah, it's true. It's a rough one.
Also, you have one of the best cards in the game. Gum Giant.
Gum Giants.
Gun Giant.
It's the best, you know. Why is that card? I have a feeling will get hit at some point, but they're
I don't
reprinting
think
it,
I
so
don't think so.
you
I
don't,
don't
think so?
Because
Well, maybe I think like it'll be like Moria. We'll complain about it for like a year before it gets banned.
But the thing is, like, Moria doesn't have like the IP, right?
Yeah.
When you like, let's say like you're a new player, right?
Yeah.
You want to play the game.
Mhm.
I just want to play a Luffy leader,
Luffy!
a Straw Hat leader.
Yeah.
It's all purple.
It's all purple. It's true.
Look at how many of these decks are actually feels unplayable without a giant, right?
Yeah.
Purple Luffy, unplayable without giant, right?
Mm.
Red purple, unplayable with no giant.
Mhm.
Green purple, even more unplayable with no
Yeah.
giant.
Yeah.
You know, UP's like gets away with it because
Yeah.
of how good the leader is. but-
Yeah, but a giant is like a cornerstone of
Yeah, of
the
purple.
entire game at the minute, and it kind of seems to just keep being that way.
Okay, one day,
One day.
purple yellow Luffy.
Yeah, it'll come. it'll be 13, purple, yellow, Luffy, 100%. Because that'll be perfect for it, because then you can play the babies in a purple deck.
Yeah, imagine you can baby out a Luffy Taro.
Oh my god! Yo,
what did he just say?
he says baby out of Luffy Taro.
What the fuck? Your baby only can play 5 cards. You want to play of 7
No,
cards?
no, no, no,
New
no.
baby, new baby.
No,
New
no,
baby.
not new baby.
From
Leader
OP.
effect is you start with your life face up, and all of your
Every card in your life is 5 cost.
every card in your life is 5 cost,
What if
according to rules of the game.
what if the baby is a 3 cost and a black character, so you can play off Rebecca, and you can play a 7 cost off from your life.
Now this we could get behind. You play any 7 cost though. It doesn't even have to be the
Yeah.
same character. It's just like play Jack from your life.
But your leader only plus 1k.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, it's
Not
only
too
So
plus.
it's balanced.
So it's
Yeah,
balanced.
not
Yeah.
2K.
And your leader can't heal either.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
it's
you
almost
can-
like green yellow.
But you can get it from Rebecca.
Yeah. Exactly. What's the best? The best. But yeah, I think like there's some other cards that come out in like EB02 that are worth talking about. I think the big one is like the 5 cost Vegapunk, because I do like that Vegapunk deck, and I think that 5 cost Vegapunk is single-handedly carrying Vegapunk's resurgence. Like just being able to have a blocker that plays a body that can attack is, I think, really good for that deck.
It also makes you like a lot tankier to kill, right? Because that
Yeah.
could just bring out a Shaka.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you just heal like 3 from 1.
Yeah, exactly. You put the 1 cost event in life. Suddenly, Vegapunk it turns into Vegapunk plus Shaka, and it's just it's quite a lot, of, like just sheer amount of I'm not gonna die. It feels like giant. It feels like giant.
Yeah, Vegapunk, if they don't know how to play into it,
Yeah. Oh.
I think Vegapunk is the same as Stitch.
Yeah.
The deck just perform different if the player,
Doesn't know what they're doing.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Like I think there's situation that when you have 2 or 3 characters on board and you have only 3 cards in hand, 4 cards in hand, but 2 life because your opponent doesn't swing to your life. I think you shouldn't swing with your character. I think you should just stop swinging for 1 turn and then go wide to your board and then go for game the next turn.
Yeah. That's fair. I think that's a very good idea.
yeah, 'cause sometimes like against different matchups you can't swing out your board or else you're gonna eat electric Luna and you're just gonna
Yeah, you're just
come
gonna
to play
lose.
live, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, green is a problem.
Yeah, I mean green's always been really hard for yellow.
Yeah.
'cause,
I mean, kid's impossible.
rest your leader.
Sure, you can rest my Vegapunk later. I don't care. Exactly.
Fucking body plane.
This the whole podcast is just going to be Robbie complaining about basically
Just
everything.
different decks.
Just different decks that he's going to complain about. Exactly. But you came up with, as far as I know, the like Odyssey Robin tech for GP. What do you have anything else that you're like thinking about or that would could see in GP?
In GP,
Yeah. Like what do you think you could play in GP that would help your Shanks matchup?
Luffy Taro.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Luffy Taro is like, it's good.
But you still think, I mean, I don't know if you still think it, but you said that like the start of this format that you thought that Shanks was still the best deck.
I think Shanks is good, you know. Like,
No, I think it is good, but I just don't think it can be the best deck. I just don't think it can. It's just not consistent enough. Like, you will just lose to yourself.
Yes.
You know?
But that's always been the problem with the decks from last format, right? A lot of decks just lose to itself.
Yeah.
Or you lose dice roll and you lose.
Yeah.
Very rarely would you get a really consistent deck. Like if you think consistent decks, there's always like, it's always blue, right? Like Doffy was really consistent.
Queen is really consistent.
Like
No Queen.
like Sakazuki, because you have 8 searchers.
Yeah.
GP, you have cold searchers.
Yeah.
NL was really consistent because you what?
Seal
You drew 8 cards before you started playing the game.
Yeah.
BY was really consistent.
Yeah.
You know, also 8.
Not really.
Not how you're playing it.
Yeah. No, come on. With
you
Moria.
have 8 searchers and Sabos, right?
And Sabo.
Like back when I had Moria, obviously.
Yeah, when
But-
I had Moria.
But honestly, if you don't play the Feast Luffy at your 5 turn or 6 turn, you're probably going to lose.
I don't
this
think
meta.
so. In this meta, 'cause you don't have Moria anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm talking like pre-Moria.
Yeah, with Moria.
It was one of the most consistent decks.
Yeah.
Look forward. Why still look at the
Because
past?
we're talking, it's about a retrospective Egypt. But no, I think.
Right now, I don't even think it's that bad. Like, you still have your 8 searchers.
Yeah.
I don't think you play the Kuzans anymore, so you lose some of that.
But if you're playing a good player, if you don't play the Feast Luffy on 5 or 6, you're probably going to lose.
If you're
Yeah.
playing against a good player, they'll laugh at you for still playing BY.
No?
No, they'll be like, oh, free win.
Yeah,
But if I
I go to
play-
locals, I play against you, and you're playing BY.
But if I play the Feast Luffy at 5, I will be laughing at you.
Leader effect. Rest your Luffy.
But you're not playing Bonnie?
No, he's never playing
Yeah,
Bonnie.
you never play
Carrot can
Bonnie.
rest it.
Carrot
Oh,
can
Carrot
rest it.
has it.
Yeah.
Rest your Luffy.
No, he has the I have
Carrot
my,
to freeze it.
he has the I have my crew, you can't rest it.
No,
It's 8 cost.
I'm not playing it anymore.
I know you're not.
You remember the
Why did you even think that?
one of the, I think like the first time I met you, or the first game we ever played was Carrot BY.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Did he
fun.
kill you? Did you lose?
We didn't finish the game, but I think I will just lose that game.
No, see.
Rest your Sabo.
Don't worry. I had a similar experience when I first played Robbie, except I lost 11 times in a row when he was
Yeah.
playing with NL.
That deck just anti-meta.
BY?
No, Carrot.
Carrot, yeah.
At the time, yeah, it was just anti-meta. Unless you were playing against Lucci, then you just cried.
Yeah. It's funny. Every time I feel like I've played against Carrot, I've been playing like a removal deck, either like Queen or...
Carrot should be Queen.
No! Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Who were you playing against?
I was playing against Chris, but I also played it on like the
You
Sims.
shite. Sorry.
We love you, Chris.
Sorry, Chris.
We love you.
No, you two should play money match.
Money match, Carrot Queen.
Yes.
Oh god, I have to...
I don't actually think I can play anything and beat this Queen. Because like one of Queen's worst weaknesses is that if your opponent knows what it does.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why I put you.
Yeah.
But you
And like I invented Queen.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
But you don't believe me.
yeah, but when you go to a tournament, who's gonna know
how to play
how
Queen.
to play against Queen?
Yeah.
If the
Do you know-
player
but
is
the-
from OP2, maybe.
But no,
he
but the
will.
thing is, he's playing my list.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, he knows exactly what I'm doing.
right? Like Queen has different ways to build it, and like I'm gonna know my own list.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Exactly.
You just play different with the same list.
I just play completely
No, the
different.
Queen always has a problem against green in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, let's say on 7 Dawn, right? I'm playing green. I'm gonna play Smoker Tashigi. What are you gonna do on 8, right? It's always category only or category Tashigi,
Yeah. It's like
right?
So that's why I say
Next turn you can't starve green either. Next turn Hoodie Jones,
yeah.
and like, you always know how much counter is in Queen's hand at all times.
Yeah.
You know, like 2 blockers, 1 life, 2 cards in hand, right? You swing, rest your blocker. Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's why I say you should play the 4-drop Kuzan, the yellow one. In Queen, yes.
No room, no room.
To remove the Hashiji.
Through the tattoo.
To remove the
And then
stupid
down put that
Hashiji.
punk.
Yeah.
But you can't just tag from one one
No,
matchup. You
you
know?
can't. It's
You can't tech for the Bonnie matchup.
It's good into other decks as well.
what, like Lucci?
Yes.
Put to the
You,
bottom.
you can't starve Lucci.
But
A
you playing,
good Lucci will just deck you out.
but you're playing Queen. There's no way you're playing Rush Queen, right?
No, you swing. You still swing every turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least Kuzan lets your opponent to discard one.
Yeah, but it gives them a life.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a lot of decks you can't actually starve.
But the life is non-counter.
Brooke has a counter.
Uta.
I see.
So what you, no,
Spending.
no, like that's fine. That has a counter.
I love that's what you got a problem with.
But they can't play Rebecca Spending anymore.
I see, because it's
Because they only play one, right?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is like, what the strat on it is like. Let's say I'm playing against you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm on 3 Dawn. Oh, sorry, I'm on 4 Dawn. Cards in hand?
Me?
Yeah. 6? 7?
Yeah.
5 lead.
Finally,
Do you take?
I will take it.
Okay, pudding.
Yeah.
I think putting in 8 cards
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
is reasonable.
Yeah,
But not in
okay.
10. Not in 10.
But it's like I swing, do you take?
Yeah.
I will take it.
Okay, and you
I
get
won't
pudding,
grab it.
right?
Yeah, then you
Yeah.
get puddings.
Okay, next turn. Next turn you draw 1, you play 1. 5. Okay, 5 left. Right? And like after pudding, you probably like stop swinging depending on what they do, right? If they don't have a 5 drop and they have 6 in hand, 5 lead. Do you take it?
Yeah.
I think I will get it if I have 6 cards.
Yeah, if you're playing with pudding in mind,
Yeah.
like you're guarding it, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, you would guard it with 6 cards but not 7 in hand.
Yeah. That is exactly what he would do as well.
but if my hand I have one Sabo or the Luffy, I think I will get the one. If I don't have it, I won't get
It
it.
very much depends on like how much you have pudding in mind, right?
Yeah.
When you play against a good player, they'll always have pudding in mind.
They're always thinking about
Sometimes
pudding.
like you have the star bad players, you ask them how many cards in hand, they go 8. I don't have pudding. It's like if I swing this, he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pudding him, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's about reading how good your opponent is.
Yeah, sometimes you have to just know. You have to get that feeling whether your opponent's going to take it. But you should play Queen.
No.
I'd love to see you play Queen.
This
actually.
this turned into the Queen podcast.
It's always going to be a Queen
I
podcast.
play Queen, but every night I just hate this deck because, oh my god, why 5 high ends in my hand?
That just happens to me, don't
the
worry.
Shanks experience.
The Shanks experience, yeah. Queen lets you experience all decks.
Either full with high ends or full with 2Ks.
Nah, that's why we don't play very many.
You only play 7 2
Yeah, you can play 7 2Ks.
You take every hit
Yeah,
anyway, so you're
that's
fine.
true. That's true. 6 is like we just
Swing lead, take, trigger.
take trigger. What? No, I am yeah. I love the forget EB02. Let's talk about Queen for another half an hour. Exactly.
We've had the Queen episode already.
Yeah.
No more.
no more Queen chatter. No more Queen chatter. Exactly. But like, because I want to talk about then like GP moving forward as well, because you believe that GP versus UP is 50-50.
I think slightly GP favor, to be honest.
No.
51 to 49.
I think GP is one of those decks that technically counters UP. So I've played that matchup a lot, and GP is winning both sides of the matchup, right? Like if I'm playing GP, I'm winning. If I'm playing UP, I'm losing. Like most of the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I haven't played too much of it, but I have played it like a decent bit from like the UP side, and I feel like even if they saw 4 Sanji puddings and I still won, like easily.
They must not be very good. Are you starving GP?
No.
I think you should stop.
Yeah. A lot of the good players are starving. Also relies on them not seeing stage and you seeing God Thread on curve to remove the first Sanji pudding, or else like the game pretty much over.
Yeah.
Or you just swing big at their characters.
Yeah. Gum giant.
If they know guarding it, you can play Pudding.
Yeah, exactly.
You can play
when the-
for Pudding for the mirror.
I think the pudding is actually what makes or breaks the GP matchup, to be honest.
You think?
You need to play, if you play that on curve, you're in a good spot. When the Luffy Taro comes down, the game is so hard.
Yeah, to be fair, when I've played it, I haven't seen Luffy Tower, and Luffy Tower seems like that would be really hard in that matchup.
Like if they're playing Sanji pudding next turn, Luffy Taro Sanji pudding,
Yeah.
I think that's
that's
game
really
ending
hard.
bad,
That's
right?
really hard.
Because at that point you've not played your strategy yet, and
Yeah.
what's on board? On board would be like 2 Zoro Juros, 2 Saki Puddings, and a Luffy Taro.
yeah,
Right.
That's
And
that's
it's like
tough to beat.
you've maybe got like 1 9 cost or 1 Katakuri on field,
Yeah,
and it's like, what do you do?
yeah,
And if you go first, you're not always guaranteed triple ramp, right?
No,
It's by like
exactly.
1 in 4 games you'll see triple ramp going first,
yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
if you see triple ramp, you're beating anything.
Yeah,
Like, you don't
exactly.
have
Triple ramp is like your like answer to like, oh, I'm playing a bad matchup, but I hit triple ramp, so it's over. You know. I honestly think like that like deck is like so unbelievably unbeatable if it sees triple ramp, like it's just over.
Yeah, because you're playing 9 + 9 like 3 turns before you're meant to.
Yeah, exactly.
But you really need to play fast if you're playing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you will lose to Lucci, like because Lucci have 6 life and you have only 1 life.
Are we talking UP? I don't think you're starting Lucci.
No, you.
I think it's GPs and Blackbeard specifically, those 2 matchups you want to start.
Yeah, I don't think you can starve. I don't think you can starve.
Other decks, yeah.
Lucci.
You can start Betty. Because it's
Yeah,
Betty.
you have to starve Betty. Betty's.
nice.
It's not starving Betty though.
Because I saw the 3-on-3 champions at the finals.
Yeah.
Like the UP is starving the Lucci and he lost because of because he have only 1 life and Lucci have 4 or 5 life when time ends.
But the thing is, like, a lot of people that play Star for the first time
Yeah.
don't know how to play fast.
No, because his hand is shit.
Like, I'll be
Only 1 ram, no red rocks, and a lot of and no god trap.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, like, a lot of people kind of play really slow in this card game compared to like other card games.
No, it's true. It is true. I'm not looking at anybody specifically. No offense.
How is this guy going to time every round?
Yeah.
What is he playing?
Only once.
Red? Like going to time?
Red.
Well, you got judge called in that regional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing on the table next to him. I just hear judge. I was like, oh, what's going on? Slow play. I was like,
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember like freaking out at the first, like, whenever, I think it was nice actually for like my first judge call was like in round 1 in the regional, but it's because I told my opponent to call a judge because I was like, I'm gonna Tempest kick with 9 in trash and -3 something. And he was like, oh, is that how it works? And I'm like, yes, but you should call a judge so that you know that this is how it works. And I was like, no, please actually call a judge so that you know this is how it works. And it was really nice. But I then got deck checked later, and I was, even though I knew I had like spent meticulous time inputting my deck list correctly, I was still like breaking it. I was like,
do you know that was my first in-person regional?
really? What?
I play a lot of online, but not a lot of in-person.
Oh, fair.
So
enough.
your first in-person regional was the same as mine,
That's crazy.
but I just play online.
That's fair. That's fair. I know. Where's our online things for Europe? Come on.
I play the American ones now.
I see. Cut that part out.
No, I traveled to America to play the online.
Yeah, see. Travel to America to play online tournaments. Doesn't play in person ones.
Crazy rich Asian.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never just use an American address and play it in Europe.
No.
I travel to America
Yes.
and then play their online regionals.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, like in-person events are really nice. I think
they're
like in Glasgow, and I played London. You were in London, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I had like a lot of people come up to me and ask if I did coaching. For some
Really?
reason. Yeah.
Coaching.
Wow.
I think I had like 5 or 6. In London specifically, I had a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Carrot coaching.
Carrot
Yeah,
coaching.
yes, for sure.
Yeah. Coach this man on how to play carrot. But
Yeah, and then you'll top, and I'll go like X5. X5 was it?
So that's the curse.
that's the curse. It is
The coach curse.
The curse. I know. No, but you know what it is? He only does well when he plays one of my decks.
Oh yeah.
It's
That's
honestly,
true.
it's honestly true.
I always high roll with your decks.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Because you went 7-3 at London with my Lucci deck.
Yeah. I don't know why.
Not even with your own Lucci deck.
Yeah. I don't even have a Lucci deck.
No, he doesn't have one. It's just all my stuff. But I'm like, I don't know. It's quite funny. I think it's great.
Yeah, because how long have you played BY for?
How long?
Oh no, he's breaking out the finger counting. This is bad.
What he's done. I was like, I played it for 3 weeks and I caught theory with him, and then like at the end of the regional, I got a tournament. How'd you do? Expert. I was like, what the fuck?
You know why? Because I played 8 different leaders in 9 rounds. 8
I
different
think I
leaders.
played 8 different leaders.
Well, we only
as
played 8 rounds, so that would be very impressive if you played 8 different leaders in 9 rounds.
8 rounds. Then I think it should be 7 different leaders.
Yeah, because I played 7 as well.
I think
Did you
I
play
played
2 Shanks? I played 2 Shanks.
Wait, I think I played against a bunch of different leaders as well.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting to play against Luffy, Lucci, or BY.
Yeah.
These 3 decks.
Yeah. And then,
And maybe 1 Bone.
yeah.
Yeah, I played 2 BY mirrors and the rest were different decks. So I played 7 different decks.
Yeah, we all played 7 different decks. That's mad. I mean, that format was so diverse.
But my first match is Bonnie.
Yeah.
And I lost by 1k.
Did the Thunderbolts not help?
No, I didn't see Thunderbolt damage.
Oh yeah. Thunderbolt's a great card when it's a 2k.
We need to make room for the good cards in our deck, like Gum Gum Bell.
Yes. Gum Bell. Hey, that card's gonna be great in Kairos.
Oh yeah, you take a life and then you go flip.
Yep. Exactly. Chaos is Sanji Pudding. It's minus 7. Yeah.
You played in Blackbeard.
Gum Gum Bell?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need that card.
2 Dawn, minus 7, and then you can...
Dot Q.
With the, no, you can play the new Teach. That kills the 10 cost, by the way.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
And you draw a card.
Like,
Yeah.
From Gum Gum Bell.
Yeah, you draw a card from life.
I haven't tested the new Teach.
Yeah.
I
What do
think
you think?
it's- I think with the new Teach, we might have chance winning UP, but not GP.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like GP's
Actually, no,
the-
I think that card helps with the GP matchup, actually.
Yeah.
A Surgical Jack is pretty good against
Yeah.
that matchup specifically.
I mean, like when the was it like some tournament was won by a Blackbeard and like was playing like Hyrudens and Jacks.
Yes.
But if you don't,
Declan's on screen right now.
No, maybe.
but if you don't have any cost reduction characters on board, the Teach is just going to be a AK body.
Yeah.
You can kill your own Doku.
I'm not going to use that to kill my own Doku.
Draw 1.
Like, sometimes you just rather have to draw 1 than to swing for 8, right?
Yeah.
Like, against UP,
What, like
swing,
in the
you swing 8, what, block 1k?
But if you do that, you're probably losing anyway.
Yeah, but if they're starving you, I think the extra draw really matters.
No, that's fair.
Well, swing 8, block 1k,
Yeah.
right?
I also don't think that UP should be playing that category. I'm gonna be honest.
The purple?
Yeah, the purple.
That's crazy, actually. What?
No, I mean like, because I've sort of like been thinking about it, and I'm like, you kind of need to be for like the mirror. You really need to be more aggressive, and I honestly think that like playing a whole bunch of the 9-drop 10k rush Luffys.
Why don't you can play both?
Yeah, but
You don't have to max out on the blocker category, but like I feel like you need that blocker against like green.
Maybe 3?
yeah, maybe I don't know.
I think 3-2. If you're playing like ratios wise, like obviously 4 Sanji, 4 Big Mom.
Yeah,
Probably like 3-2 of the 3 blocker and 2 rush. I think rush is enough. 2 is enough.
you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about the snake man? Then no snake man.
You maybe play 1. You can play an extra one of Snake Man or Mihawk, depending on which one you want to play.
Yeah,
And I think that's kind of just enough high ends for the deck.
yeah. Obviously, you just like
I would rather play Mihawk over Snake Man, personally. Yeah, because it removes Sanchin Pudding.
yeah, I guess.
But Snake Man makes your Betty matchup much easier.
And your Blackbeard matchup.
Yeah.
I think you don't need it.
Really?
Against Betty,
You just
like,
accept that you're gonna lose.
you're playing Godfrey for Betty, right? If you see Godfrey, you win.
Really?
Yeah. 1 Godfrey is enough to beat Betty.
Oh wow.
I don't know about it. I didn't play much EP.
I did. I have that whole deck proxied out.
I see.
So you're playing later?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I could.
Proxy UP.
Proxy UP in EB02 format.
Where no one's playing against Betty. I've had that deck proxy for a while now.
I see.
Because well, like when Dublin got renounced, we started just testing some US OP11,
Yeah.
and then we stopped because now all structured decks are legal.
Yeah, now we don't know what the heck's gonna happen.
Okay, so what's the point in practicing? You know, I don't think Betty is a real deck. like in this format anyway.
No, not this format. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like when obviously these low cost rush red decks are supposed to be good into GP, like Zoro and Betty. I think Zoro has more of a chance because you can play Mulligan.
Yeah,
And, like you can
you can
pretty
remove
easily
stuff.
find it. But I don't think Betty is the shout this format.
No, Betty's so fake.
Yeah.
But
I
honestly,
just like Zoro better as a deck 'cause I think it's a more skill expressive deck
100%.
than Betty.
but if the better player is good, it's really terrifying.
Betty player is good. What does a good Betty player look like?
Like,
If they draw Ivanka Karasu with 2 searchers.
Yeah.
I saw one of the best Italian players playing Betty.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I
Do you
saw
know
that.
Enrico?
Yeah.
Maya? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he won one.
He went to Worlds off the back of the Flamingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he won one. I think treasure cup. I don't know whether it's a store treasure cup or an online treasure cup with Betty.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I think like I don't think that deck is real. You know,
Yeah.
But if the player is good, it's
there's
very
not.
good.
Well, if you think about it in the context of like, okay, there's not a big difference between a good Betty player and a bad Betty player, but
Yeah.
there's a big difference between a good Lucci player and a bad Lucci player.
It's true.
You know?
It's true.
But if you can do the Ivankov and Karasu on your forlorn, it's
Yeah, that doesn't make you
Yeah, it doesn't mean
a good Betty
yeah.
player. It makes you a lucky
It's-
Betty player.
It's such a high roll deck.
but it still have a slightly difference.
Like I played Betty at locals once, I think, last set. I didn't even have with Karasus. I just like took a bunch of books, stick it together, played it, and I went 4-0. Like it's so pretty dead. And then like all your games finish in 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
you just have to like sit around and watch other people play, and it's
Yeah.
like just not.
Yeah.
not
See, this
fun.
is the real reason why you always want to go to time.
Yeah, I get an audience.
You get the most amount of One Piece in a locals.
Yeah.
So you can interrupt someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, like oh yeah, I have a story because there was once one of the locals that I usually play, I play best of threes for
Yeah.
some reason, and one of the times was like they just didn't keep time, right? And
Yeah.
it was like round 3, and I was playing Rebecca, right? Round 1, sure, I finished pretty fast. Round 2, oh sure, pretty fast. Right? Round 3, I played against like green purple,
I see.
Doflamingo, not GP.
I
This
see.
was ages ago.
Oh, okay.
Game 1, 35 minutes. Game 2, 20 minutes. Game 3, 45 minutes. And then a
Played
5
for an
round.
hour and 40 minutes in one match.
And like everyone was just like, yo, can you hurry up? I'm like, bro, I'm playing Rebecca. When it's I didn't know it was time at the time. Right?
Yeah.
But then like afterwards, I look at my phone on the recording. I was like, oh, ooh, that's
That's a rough one.
it's been an hour and a half. I'm sorry, but I'm not that sorry. It's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny.
And you just make everyone hate you. Same thing with Queen. You just
Yeah.
go to timer.
It's a good time in round 4. Just think of how much more One Piece you get to play.
Well, everyone just gathers around you and watch.
Yeah, watches you stack 0 cost to the bottom of your life.
0 cost into veggie.
Yes. 0 cost to the veggie.
Best feeling.
Best feeling, it's true.
Or another 0 cost.
Oh, what in a way.
Put that there.
Again, we've come back to Queen. Why is it we always come back to Queen on the
You
podcast?
guys are obsessed, you know. This deck I invented.
We're obsessed. We're
This is too
obsessed.
good.
But no, honestly, like talking about Rebecca though, I honestly think that deck is pretty good into GP.
Yeah, it can be.
I think
Can
that,
be.
like it,
It can be.
It can be.
very.
In a perfect world where you see everything on curve, it can be.
What do you mean see everything?
But like
on there?
anything that any removal deck is okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, GP lose the guard.
Yeah, with that new rare guard from EB02. It attaches to all and then KO something.
It's crazy.
So you
Crazy.
guys did playtest God and GP Luffy?
No, but I'm just. It's a removal deck. It'll beat it, right?
I don't think God.
No,
can
no,
beat
no.
GP.
They played it on the official channel, sure. Bandai's official channel. They
Yeah.
played.
I'm always confused why they don't put the deck at full power. You know.
They don't.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. I'm always confused because like you see like really unoptimal lines on those, but I think they're meant to be right. They're meant to be jank.
I
like jank.
see. Yeah.
But it just feels weird like seeing this like near max rarity deck.
Oh, I see.
That's like the structure deck by itself, you know, with like nothing else
Yeah.
added to it, and it just feels really weird.
Yeah. But yeah, this is why we shouldn't be playing Garp. Garp beats GP. I don't know what.
You should play guard.
No. Why are you always trying to convince me to play all these red pill decks that you don't want to test? Alright. Anything more we want to add on the EB02 topic? Before we
EB02? Nah.
Nah.
This format's it's too short, you know?
Yeah, it's true. If we had more events and more time, it would be, I think, a really fun format.
Yeah,
You could
give
really-
Europe more events.
Yeah, give Europe more events, please.
Online, please.
Online, please.
So I don't have to travel.
Yeah,
2 more weeks, it will be OP11. No more EB02.
exactly.
Yeah, like pre-release is in 2 weeks, right?
Pre-releases in 2 weeks. When is the structure decks are in like?
Maybe 1 week and a half.
Yeah. After, it's like a week after the OP11
I think
release.
it's
Not a good month for the
31st
wallet.
May.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh well.
Good thing this set of structure deck Luki kind of sucks.
You think so?
I think it's nerf GP a bit because of the leader.
7K
plus 2K.
leaders.
Yeah,
No, fair. Yeah.
they can't pop you with 7 and 6 and play defensive
Yeah.
or play another big board.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I think Teach gets moved by the other SD because it's all on play
I see.
Oh yeah, everything's on
and,
play.
and the
Yeah.
on play effects counter their bad matchup.
Yeah, I see. I see. I see. Though that the Law and Beppo though.
That long bed was really good.
Really good?
Yeah.
In Carrot or Bonnie?
Not in Bonnie.
Not in Bonnie, right?
Not in Bonnie.
Only in Carrot, right?
In carrot, yeah. It's a mink, bro. It's a
Maybe, maybe
10
you can,
cost mink.
but you can search with Bonnie, right? If you want,
You can restand it as well.
with the Stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
can't restand it with Shishilian.
Mm.
I guess Shishilian's locked to 5 or less. Unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
I was thinking if the 10 cost is good in Red Green Law.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say that. Oh. Bro's always trying to bring RG Law back. He's always trying to bring it back.
But there's 2 cards named Brooke and Lucci.
I see.
Brooke and Lucci.
That's tough. That's tough. Unfortunately, yeah, there are cards named Brooke and Lucci. Seems rough for you. Seems like a rough sort of thing for you.
Or Doc Q.
Or Doc. Oh yeah. That does.
Just play round table, right?
Right? Yeah, but no on place.
No place.
Round table, swing 5 at the teach.
No on place.
Round tables, swing 5 at the -1 Burgess.
Just one version.
And they guard it.
Yeah, they would. Oh goodness. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up here then. So, I hope you all have enjoyed our first guest episode of the podcast. It will come my way, and thanks again, JiaHao, for being our first guest. You will be eternally memorialized on the YouTube
Many
channel.
many more to come.
Yes,
Many more to come.
many more to come.
We'll see you next week.
Yes, we'll see. We'll be back here next week for more JiaHao action.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
I'm the person with the most tops in all of Ireland, by the way.
Yeah, it's true. Until you move back to Glasgow, and then you're.
But
Actually,
you
I'm
lose
not-
to our
I'm-
first
I'm-
round Marco.
Listen, buddy.
Now listen here.
That Marco deck, God, it has a top 64.
that market.
But not that player.
That player was on feature match.
Not the player you played.
No, the player
Oh,
I played went
oh,
on
really?
feature, round 2.
Oh, but
And then he went 1-3-5.
yeah. Just came here to ruin your tournament and then leave. What a guy. All right.